All right, let's get now to the consumer and the economy. See if the consumer is still hot. Your next guest is the CEO of discount retailer Ollie's Bargain Outlet. And he's got a really unique read into things like tariffs, the consumer, and business. Here we're showing you some of his comments on all three of those topics with the company's earnings call earlier this week. The fact of the matter is this: while tariffs are a headwind for many retailers and consumers, the uncertainty they create might actually help Ollie's, both with consumers looking for discounted deals and more businesses having to sell off inventory, which Ollie's will happily buy at the right price. Joining us now exclusively in his first TV interview as CEO is Eric van der Valk. Eric, well, congrats on the new gig. I hope Harrisburg is treating you well. I was actually at a CFO dinner last night, sitting next to a CFO of a major retailer. We talked about the consumer. How does Ollie's read the American shopper right now?
Sure. Thanks, Brian. I have to start by saying I'm a huge fan of the show. You had Stefan, the CEO of Lamborghini, on yesterday, and today you have the CEO of deep discounter Ollie's on. I mean, that is quite the treasure hunt.
Well, you roll up in your Lambo to Ollie's in Columbus, Ohio, so it just works out.
Maybe the trade down effect, right? So I think I'm the trade down guest of the week, so I'll take that as an honor. But in terms of the state of the consumer is under pressure, and a consumer under pressure, more consumers living paycheck to paycheck. What we're seeing in our business is that our consumer is much more attracted to the strength of our deals, to our discounted product, but more importantly, they're more attracted to our essentials business or our consumable businesses like food, cereal, power drinks, coffee, also laundry detergent, cleaning chemicals. So we're definitely seeing strength in those businesses, which is indication of where the consumer is, and it's also a good traffic driver for us.
That said, Eric, a lot of those categories are things that you have to replenish. I'm curious about some of the categories that are a little bit more, I don't want to use the word durable, but where you might get inventory from other retailers. There was a huge surge in people ordering stuff pre-tariffs. We've seen that in the GDP numbers and elsewhere. I guess they either have to sell that or it ends up at Ollie's.
Yes, it's a very good point, Kelly. The more challenged a category is, the more discretionary it is, the more likely we can buy it in the closeout market. Excess inventory is created by canceled orders, by less demand, and we have access to it, and we can buy it at great prices and then pass along those great prices to our consumer, and we can make what would be a discretionary product much more appealing and much more budget-friendly to a consumer that's constrained.
Can you give some examples of the kinds of inventory you might be taking now, what you might expect for the rest of the year? Or have you ever been in it? I mean, again, I know you're just taking over as CEO, but has Ollie's ever been in a position like this before?
Ollie's has been in a position like this, you would say, on a pretty consistent basis for the 42 years we've been in business, because this is our business. This is our only business. This is what we do. We're very good at it. As we continue to grow, we have more buying power, and we're more a destination for this product. So we're really getting better and better at buying closeouts and excess inventory. In this moment, in the closeout business, it can kind of be anything random in any given day. So I'm going to put out there that we did do a very significant deal in skateboards that's coming soon. So that's relatively discretionary, you would think, right? We did a deal in camping gear not too long ago that was fairly significant. So camping was very relevant through the pandemic until it wasn't, and there was a lot of excess inventory out there in camping gear. We were able to buy it in a moment where it's not so relevant to the consumer at a price to pass along amazing savings to the customers. And guess what? At the right price, it's relevant and customers are interested.
Well, there is a major, kick flipping a skateboard is called an Ollie.